Everyone's favorite fictional serial killer, Dexter Morgan, has captured the infatuation of fans worldwide as the vigilante who kills vile criminals that slip through the grasp of the criminal justice system. Played by Michael C. Hall, Dexter ran for 8 seasons on Showtime and has one of the largest and most loyal fan bases of any crime drama in history. In this video, we're going to go over some behind-the-scenes secrets that some fans never knew about. Michael C. Hall would stalk New Yorkers to prepare for his role as Dexter. Obviously, Hall never took it as far as his titular character tends to take it. However, he did do things that would raise just about any sane person's eyebrows a bit. While on the show, George Stroumboulopoulos Tonight in 2013, he explained that when he had some extra time, he would choose someone at random that was walking around New York and follow them everywhere they went. He was quick to assure everyone that he never intended to break any laws or bring harm to anyone, but that he only wanted to see how long he could tail someone before being caught. It seemed that the small amount of method acting worked, as he played the serial killer so well. It's hard to separate the actor from the character even to this day. Julie Benz auditioned for the role of Deborah Morgan. In an interview with Backstage magazine, Julie Benz revealed that during auditions, she originally read for the part of Dexter's sister, Deborah. Good thing for fans and the actress herself, she would be cast as Rita, Dexter's wife and mother to his son. She delivered an amazing performance as Rita, and we can't imagine for 1 minute her as Deborah. The role of Deborah would be given to Jennifer Carpenter, which is crazy in itself due to the romantic history shared between her and Michael C. Hall in real life. Both iconic characters will go down in television history as being perfectly cast, so we are beyond happy things worked out the way they did. Michael C. Hall and Jennifer Carpenter were married. As we briefly alluded to before, the actress who plays Deborah Morgan, Jennifer Carpenter, was married to her on-screen adoptive brother, Michael C. Hall. The two were married from 2008 until 2010 when they would divorce, albeit amicably, and remain friends. The divorce would not affect the relationship as co-stars in the series, and fans are typically shocked to find out the two were a couple in the past. David Zayas was a New York City police officer before playing a cop on Dexter. The iconic Miami police officer Angel Batista is not the only police officer David Zayas has played in his many years as an actor. It would seem that attending the police academy and all the other training Zayas was exposed to has served him very well as much more than just a police officer. While talking on NPR's All Things Considered, Zayas explained that during his time as a New York City cop, he would frequent acting classes. He had even persuaded his partner to read lines back to him so he could get in as much practice as he could. It would seem that there isn't much that could prepare someone to play a cop more than actually being one in real life. The Trinity Killer was based on a real-life serial killer. John Lithgow's remarkable performance as the Trinity Killer is based on famous serial killer Dennis Rader, known better as the BTK Killer. The Trinity Killer, also known as Arthur Mitchell, has a very similar life to the real-life BTK Killer in that he is an unassuming church-going family man who manages to evade police for his many years as a serial killer. Lithgow won an Emmy for the portrayal of Arthur Mitchell and is generally regarded as one of the creepiest characters in the entirety of the show's runtime. It's always eerie to think that someone as dangerous and disgusting as the fictional Trinity Killer could have actually existed in real life. The Australian tourism industry complained about an ad ran in 2008. During a commercial for the show that ran worldwide in 2008, Dexter is shown speaking to a man at the airport and saying that he is on his way to Adelaide because it has more serial killers per capita than any other city in Australia. This prompted a tourism spokesperson by the name of Michael Pengelly to respond along with complaints from many other Aussies. However, the complaints seem to have done better for the show than any harm people were attempting to do, because the ratings in the Australian market seemed to go up when people began to file complaints. It seems the old adage is true: any publicity is good publicity. During season 5, Michael C. Hall was overcoming extreme illness. Season 4 left fans heartbroken when Dexter walked in to find Rita dead in the bathroom. However, fictional grief is nothing compared to the real tribulations star Michael C. Hall had to deal with when battling cancer during the filming of season 5. In January 2010, Hall made it public that he had received a diagnosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma. He continued to work through his chemotherapy, even going as far as to wear a wig to hide any hair loss experienced from the treatment. In the following April, he made the announcement that he had made a full recovery and the cancer was in remission. It is an amazing show of character to power through one of the harshest treatments around today and still show up to work every day. Our hats are off to Michael C. Hall, and we're glad the cancer is still in remission. Jennifer Carpenter's character, Deborah Morgan, uses the F word 996 times in the series. A fan with much more time on their hands than any of us here endured the painstaking task of counting every time the character uttered the four-letter word and came to the astoundingly pervasive amount of 996. It will go down in Dexter history as one of the most iconic parts of Carpenter's character. Glad the show was on Showtime instead of regular cable, so we got to laugh at and count this crazily high number of swears. Daniel Licht used his own scores from a 90s horror movie. The main composer for Dexter, Daniel Licht, wrote music for a bunch of different horror films in the 90s. One in particular was a movie by the name of Necronomicon Book of the Dead, which features a Licht-written piece called Because the Dawn. This piece is going to sound familiar to any avid fans of Dexter, as it is the same as the blood theme for the show. Daniel Licht was an amazing composer, and it's sad we lost him too soon in 2017. His music will live on forever in the hearts of Dexter fans worldwide. Jeremy Renner declined being cast as Dexter's brother. In 2002, Renner played Jeffrey Dahmer and earned a call from casting over at Dexter to see if he wanted to play Brian Moser, Dexter's homicidal brother. Renner had scheduling conflicts due to his role in 28 Weeks Later and did not want to play another murderer because he wanted to keep his image lighter than that. We doubt he would have been cast as Marvel's hero Hawkeye if he had kept up with the murder trope too long. The part of Brian Moser was eventually given to Christian Carmago, and it is weird to imagine Renner in that role. We're glad things have worked out so well for Renner and cannot imagine anyone else as the arrow-slinging Hawkeye. Dexter was originally written in to die in the finale. The final episode of the series is divisive, to say the least. Many fans thought the finale was rather unsatisfying because it allowed Dexter to begin a new life without any atonement for everything evil he had done before. It has come out that Showtime pressured the writer to change the script, in which Dexter dies most likely to keep a reprisal of his character available for future endeavors. Although it may have upset a certain subset of fans to watch the main character die in the end, it at least would have had a better feeling of finality to the entire script. Clyde Phillips envisioned Dexter on the execution table, looking at all the people he had killed as the lethal injection is pushed into his veins. It would have been as if the entire series was his life flashing before his eyes. It all took place from the time he was strapped to the table to the time he closes his eyes and dies. We agree with Clyde Phillips that this would have been an amazing way to wrap up the series, especially compared to the relatively unsatisfying ending we got from Showtime pressure. What do you guys think? Dexter was an amazingly original crime drama, as can be attested to by the 8 seasons and insanely large fan base. From the amazing cast to the crazily dark scenes of blood, guts, and murder, it has stolen the hearts of true crime fans all over the world. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we hope that you learned something new about your favorite crime scene investigating serial killer. Hope everyone watching this has a great day.